Hello again and welcome to another Oxygen XML live webinar. My name is Alin Balasa and I am your regular host for our online events. Today we're in for the second and final part of the Oxygen XML and AI series titled Enhanced Documentation with AI-Powered Insights. If last week we took a tour of the Oxygen AI Positron Assistant plugin, this time we will be looking at the tools designed to revolutionize the way that your audience interacts with your technical documentation. So in this following hour, you will discover how the latest version of Oxygen Feedback, version 5.0, leverages its new AI assistant feature to provide instant context-aware answers and also see the AI-enhanced search summary in action, offering more relevant search results. In just a few moments, my colleague, Alin Balasa, senior developer at Synchrosoft, will join us and demonstrate step by step how to seamlessly integrate these powerful tools into your WebHelp output, optimizing both content discovery and user engagement. I am definitely excited for this presentation. So let me tell you some quick information regarding this live event so we can start. This webinar is being recorded. This means that in the following days, the recording will be made available on the event page on our site, oxygenxml.com, along with Alin's presentation slides. Also, the recording will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, simply titled Oxygen XML. There you can find an impressive library of video resources, tutorials, and other event recordings, such as this one. And another important aspect of today's webinar is that as we go along, we encourage you to ask us questions by using the questions panel from the GoToWebinar interface, where our colleagues Alina Nicoli and Radu Pisoy will assist us by answering to all of your questions in real time. And of course, we will be addressing those questions again at the end in a Q&A session for the benefit of everyone that is joining us today. That's it for my intro. So let's not waste any more time and welcome Alin Balasa to the virtual stage. Hello, Alin.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Alin Balasa and I'm excited to show you how you can leverage the new AI features in Oxygen Feedback to revolutionize your technical documentation. Over the next hour, we'll explore how to integrate the AI assistant, use AI-enhanced search summary, and improve your documentation workflows. So let's get started. Let's begin with a quick introduction to Oxygen Feedback. As many of you know, it's a powerful comment management platform originally designed to collect feedback from users. Over time, Oxygen Feedback has evolved into much more. It's now a robust tool for user engagement and content discovery, complete with a built-in search engine. With version 5.0, we've taken this to a whole new level, adding AI capabilities to empower your audience and simplify your technical documentation. Our goal today is to give you a comprehensive look at Oxygen Feedback's AI features, particularly the AI assistant, chat system, and the AI-enhanced search summary. We'll also explore how to publish your documentation using Oxygen Publishing Engine, configure Oxygen Feedback as a search engine, and integrate these AI tools. By the end of the webinar, you'll have all the knowledge you need to enhance your documentation and user engagement. First, let's talk about publishing your documentation in WebHelp responsive format using Oxygen Publishing Engine. So while the publishing engine is bundled with Oxygen XML editor, and can be used in transformation scenarios, its true power lies in using it as a separate product. This allows you to integrate it into a continuous integration workflow, automating the data publishing process via the command line, making it perfect for large-scale or automated deployments. WebHelp responsive is an HTML5 output, making it easy to navigate, search, and access your documentation across devices. So instead of running a transformation, which is a long process, let's take a closer look at the WebHelp responsive output and explore its main features. We publish the user guides for all our products in web responsive format. So let's open the user guide for oxygen feedback and navigate to a random topic. So I will go to the user guide of oxygen feedback published in WebHelp output, and let's go to this topic. One of the primary strengths of WebHelp is its responsiveness. I'll show you how it adapts to the screen size as I modify the width of the window. As I resize the browser window, you can see how the layout dynamically adjusts to fit different screen sizes from desktop to mobile. Let's go back. In terms of navigation, you'll notice that the menu at the top provides easy access to all sections of the documentation, and the table of contents in the left side helps users to locate specific topics. Breadcrumbs at the top of each page show where users are within the hierarchy of the documentation. Additionally, WebHelp is highly customizable. You can change its appearance with CSS to match your branding needs, as we did with the output for our user guides. If you see that the user guide for oxygen feedback contains some of the colors from the product theme. For more in-depth guidance on customizing WebHelp responsive output, we have other webinars available on our website that cover these topics in detail. Finally, we have a search engine. We have a search engine integrated into WebHelp. We'll see it in action later. Now that we've seen how the published documentation looks like, the next step is integrating oxygen feedback. First, we'll create a site configuration. This is crucial because it determines where and how oxygen feedback will be displayed. The base URL must be correctly set for security reasons, ensuring that feedback is only active on the right pages. Once that's configured, we'll generate an HTML installation fragment that will embed into your WebHelp output. This is straightforward, and we'll see how the feedback system fits right into WebHelp publication. So to create a new site configuration, we'll go to Oxygen Feedback's administration interface. And from this sites widget in the dashboard page, we'll click Add Site. In the first step, you'll have to insert the name of your site configurations. Site configuration. This is typically the name of the publication that is associated with this site configuration. Let's say that we want to create a site configuration for the user guide of Oxygen WebHelp. So let's say this is Oxygen WebHelp's site configuration. Next, in this step, you can configure the moderation policy for the comments, configure the block level comments feature, configure the page ratings feature. In the next step, okay, so we already have a site that is named like this. Let's. In the next step, you'll have to input the base URL for your site configuration. This is the URL where your publication is deployed. Since we are creating a site configuration for WebHelp's user guide, we'll go to the WebHelp's user guide's homepage and copy its URL. Next, you can enable content indexing and other features. These are the features that we'll see in actions today, and we'll cover and enable it one by one in the upcoming presentation. After you click continue, you will obtain an HTML fragment that you can and must deploy in each HTML page where you want the Oxygen feedback component to be displayed. So you have to copy this fragment, and Oxygen XML editor helps you to integrate Oxygen feedback into your WebHelp output by providing a dedicated section in the data map WebHelp responsive transformation scenario. As you can see, there's a dedicated feedback tab where you can paste your HTML fragment. You can edit this section and paste the HTML fragment you have obtained at the previous step, save the transformation scenario, and then run it to generate again your WebHelp output. After that, you'll have to redeploy your content to have Oxygen feedback enabled in your WebHelp pages. Now let's go on. One of the key features of Oxygen feedback is its content indexing functionality, which transforms it into a server-side search engine. Unlike the default client-side search engine in WebHelp, this server-side indexing makes searches faster and more precise. The indexing process not only catalogs the text of each page, but also includes metadata like labels, keywords, and descriptions. This provides a richer, more powerful search experience for your users. We'll configure this feature in the versions settings page of your site configuration. So we'll navigate to the version settings page of our site configuration. Let's open a new browser window, go to Oxygen feedback page. Let's navigate to the site configuration for Oxygen WebHelp user guide. As you can see in the site dashboard page, there is versions widget which lists all the versions for the current site configuration. For each version, you can have an overview of the features that are enabled or disabled for it. We'll go to the latest version of our site configuration. Scroll down to the WebHelp responsive content indexing and search section. Edit this section, and here you have the option to enable content indexing. We already have this enabled for our user manual. After enabling the content indexing, you also can choose the language which will be used by the search engine to index your content. After configuring the content indexing, just click Save, and the Oxygen feedback proceeds to index your content. Let's go on. And next, we'll explore one of the advanced search capabilities of Oxygen feedback, namely the faceted search. This allows users to filter results by categories, making it easier to find specific content within your documentation. There are also additional powerful search features such as content labeling, advanced queries, and the AI-driven semantic search. These provide even more flexibility and relevance in search results. However, those are covered in more detail in another webinar dedicated to Oxygen feedback. We'll focus just on the faceted search. So we'll have to open the user guide for Oxygen XML editor. And let's say we want to search information about transformation scenarios. Let's when the search is completed, a list of documents that match the user's search query are listed in the search results page. Next to this section, you have the filters section. Here you can apply different filters. These are the facets that categorize our documents in the current publication. So if we select one category, one filter, we'll see that the list of search results is modified, and the number of documents that match both the search query and the current filter is smaller than the original one. Now let's dive into one of the most exciting new features in Oxygen Feedback 5.0, namely the AI Assistant. The assistant is accessible via a floating button in the WebHelp pages, and users can interact with it to ask questions about the content of your publication. The assistant pulls responses directly from your index documentation, ensuring that the answers are accurate and relevant. To enable the AI assistant functionality in Oxygen Feedback Enterprise and in Oxygen Feedback Cloud, you'll need to configure the system to connect to OpenAI. For that, in your organization profile, you can enter an API key obtained from OpenAI, which allows Oxygen Feedback to interact with their API on your behalf. You can generate a new secret API key from your OpenAI account on the API keys page. Please be aware that using the AI assistant may incur costs, so it's recommended to work with OpenAI support to set budget and rate limits on the API key for your organization, ensuring cost control as you use this feature. So to configure the connection to OpenAI, we'll have to go to Oxygen Feedback's administration interface, go to organization profile, scroll down, and here we have a dedicated section for the OpenAI connection. Editing this section will allow you to paste your OpenAI key and also to specify which OpenAI organization this key belongs to, but the OpenAI organization is optional. After configuring the OpenAI connection, you can now enable the AI assistant feature. For that, let's go back to our site configuration. We'll use the same Oxygen XML WebHelp responsive site configuration. Go to the latest version. Again, scroll down to the content indexing and search section. Edit the section, and here we have an enable AI assistant check that, when enabled, will allow users to interact with the AI assistant based on the content of your current publication. Now let's take a look at the AI assistant in action. I will open the WebHelp responsive user guide, and I'll click the floating assistant button at the bottom of the page. So navigate to Oxygen XML WebHelp responsive user guide. You can see that in the right bottom corner there is an AI assistant button that, once clicked, will open the chat window where you can interact with the AI assistant. Let's consider the following story. Sarah, a technical writer, is tasked with delivering a fully customized WebHelp system for her company's online documentation. The project involves creating a publishing template, applying the company's branding guidelines, styles, colors, and fonts, adding the company logo, and customizing the footer section of each page. So, first of all, I need to create a publishing template, which is the core of the customization process of the WebHelp responsive output. So let's ask the assistant that I need to create publishing template for my WebHelp output. How do I do that? Let's hope that the assistant responds how we rehearsed. So let's ask him that. As we can see, the AI assistant response is updated progressively, and it contains the steps needed to accomplish the user needs to complete the user's task. As you can see, in the response also contains links to the topics from where the assistant has extracted the information. If we click on this link, we'll see that it goes to the actual topic in the WebHelp's user guide. Let's go back to the chat window. Now that we have found out how to create a publishing template, let's ask him how to create a CSS customization. How do I apply our company's branding to the WebHelp output? Let's give him more details, including custom styles, colors, and fonts. Again, the AI assistant response is updated progressively. We can see that the response contains several steps. It also contains code snippets that the user will find useful in accomplishing his task. Let's go on with our workflow. After finding out how to customize the styles of our WebHelp output, let's ask the AI assistant, how can I insert my company's logo in the WebHelp pages? How can I insert our company logo in the output pages? Again, the assistant provides the steps needed to accomplish this task. It contains several code fragments, a CSS fragment that will be applied on the logo inserted in each page. Now let's move on with the last requirement of our task. Let's ask him how to customize the footer section. How to customize the footer to include a copyright notice and social media links. Again, we are provided with an HTML fragment that will reference in the publishing template descriptor file, and after applying the updated publishing template, the inserted the custom HTML fragment will be inserted in the output pages. This concludes the current discussion with the AI assistant. After finding the information that we needed, we can clear the current discussion and move on with to another task, to another subject. Alongside the AI assistant, we now have the AI enhanced search summary. This feature presents an AI generated response right at the top of the search result, helping users to get relevant information instantly. When a user enters a query, the AI analyzes your documentation and displays a concise summary. This can be enabled in the version settings, and I'll demonstrate how you can set it up to provide instant value to your users. Again, let's go to Oxygen Feedback's administration interface. Navigate to our site configuration. Go to the version settings page. The enhanced search summary can be enabled also from the web responsive content indexing and search section. So we'll edit this section and click enable for this feature. Save. Now we'll go to the WebHelp responsive user guide, and let's say we after we have completed the basic customization for our WebHelp output, we want to enable Google Analytics for our publication. So let's search how to integrate Google Analytics. As you can see in the search page above the search results, the AI assistant has generated a summary that contains useful information that responds to the user's query. Here we are presented with the steps needed to include the Google Analytics fragment in our WebHelp pages. If after reading the AI generated summary, you still have questions, you can continue the discussion in the chat window. You can click the continue in chat button, and you will be redirected to the chat window associated with the current publication. And here you'll find the previously generated AI summary for your search, and you can now continue the discussion on this current subject. To round out our discussion on the AI assistant, let's talk about the interaction statistics available in Oxygen Feedback. You can access detailed analytics that track how users interact with the assistant. These metrics include the number of users interacting with the assistant, how many threads were created, how many search summaries were generated. This data helps you evaluate the effectiveness of the assistant and fine-tune your publication for better engagement. Let's go back to Oxygen Feedback. Again, we open the Oxygen Feedback dashboard for our organization. Let's go again to our site configuration for the Oxygen WebHelp responsive user guide. Here we have a list of pages that contain different information for the current site configuration. We'll navigate to the site usage page where we can find different statistics based on a list of predefined metrics. Clicking the metric combo, you'll find that you can see um, statistics uh, for AI assistant users. You can find how many users have interacted with the AI assistant in the selected period of time. Also, you can see statistics for AI assistant threads. You can find how many threads have been created, have how many the number of average assistant replies per thread, the number of average user replies per thread, which discussion threads ended with errors. Also, you can find the total number of tokens that have been consumed during the interaction with the AI assistant. Also, you can find an average of tokens consumed per discussion thread. You can also see the the average number of threads per user. And also, you can see statistics for the AI assistant search summaries. Here you can find the total number of search summary generated in the selected period of time. You can find out how many of the total search summaries ended with success, how many of them have been continued in chat, how many tokens have been consumed in these interactions, the average number of tokens per summary. These are the available statistics you'll find in the in Oxygen Feedback about the AI assistant features. To wrap up, let's quickly recap what we've covered today. We looked at how to publish documentation with Oxygen Publishing Engine, integrate Oxygen feedback, um, configure content indexing, and use advanced AI-powered tools like the AI Assistant, chat system, and the AI-enhanced search summary. I think you now have the tools to elevate your technical documentation with AI. I'd like to invite you to experience Oxygen Feedback Cloud. If you don't already have an account, it's easy to get started. Simply visit feedback.oxygenxml.com, sign up, and you'll automatically receive a 30-day free trial. This is a great opportunity to explore all the AI features we've discussed today, and we will love to hear your feedback as you try them out. Thank you again for joining me today. If you have any further questions or need support, don't hesitate to reach out. You can contact us at support at oxygenxml.com or visit our support pages for more detailed guidance. I appreciate your time and I hope you find this session valuable.
Thank you, Alin. Thank you for a great presentation and a great deal of information for our audience. And of course, a great follow-up to our last week's event. So this concludes our Oxygen XML and AI series. Next, we will be going through your questions, the questions that arrived during Alin's presentation. And the first question sounds like this. Is it possible to integrate with other AI platforms, for example, Google Gemini or Anthropic Cloud? And if it is not possible, do you have this integration in mind?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sure. Is it possible to integrate with other AI platforms, for example, Google Gemini or Anthropic Cloud? And if it is not possible, do you have this integration in mind?
Currently, we don't have other integrations except OpenAI, but we will consider these options. But currently, we don't have any other integration.
Another question came from Alan, and it sounds like this. Currently, the AI features require your WebHelp to be unauthenticated. Will the ability to add AI search to a site that requires authentication be added anytime soon? I think I can, or Alin, can you?
I can answer.
Sure.
Yes, this is true. The Oxygen WebHelp output that is integrated with Oxygen feedback needs to be accessible. So it doesn't does not require authentication for the Oxygen feedback indexer to access the content. We have discussed some solutions to overcome this limitation, and we will I think we will address them I think in medium term. We will increase this the priority of this feature. So yeah, the question, the user question is right. The WebHelp that is connected with Oxygen Feedback, if it is behind an authentication system, it cannot be accessed by the indexer of Oxygen Feedback, and thus it cannot be indexed, and the AI assistant will not be able to access the content. So that
Thank you. Thank you, Alin, for this elaborated response. Another question sounds like this. As an administrator, could I see the conversations that users have had with the AI assistant?
Currently this is not possible, but I think there is a plan to implement this, but currently you cannot.
And our last question that arrived until now, at least, will the link to the recording of today's event will be sent by mail? And of course, everyone that registered to today's event will receive a follow-up email, because this webinar is indeed being recorded, and you will find the recording along with Alin's presentation slides on the event page. And if you have any comments or questions regarding the presentation, you can send us an email, or you can write to us directly by using the Oxygen Feedback commenting platform that is found at the bottom of the event page. Let me take a last look at the questions panel. I don't think that we have another question. So thank you, Alin, for providing our audience with some answers.
Thank
And
you.
of course, thank you. And of course, big thank you to Radu Pisoy and Alina Nicoli again for helping us behind the scenes um, with your questions and providing you answers in real time. I will take now back the control and let you know that up until now we don't have any more web events scheduled, because this was the last part of our Oxygen XML and AI webinar series. But more details and more events will be made available at our events page on oxygenxml.com. And of course, I encourage you always to take a look at the events page, because there you can find the links to register for free to all of our future webinars, as well as to find the list of conferences where you can actually meet with the Oxygen team in person. So we cannot wait to meet you at our upcoming events. In closing, I want to thank you all for being able to join us today. Some of you joining us for a second time, if you took part in last week's event. I hope you had a great time with us, and that you enjoyed Alin's live presentation. So again, many thanks to Alin Balasa for this informative event. So thank you, Alin. And until next time, I just want to wish you all to have a wonderful day or evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.